Okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
But
friends. Host Eric here. Talking with Spanish people. I'm here with Zip ZIP, who is a gentleman who came to the party for July 4th here at my house. As Kimberly and I don't really have a lot of our own friends who still do things. We got Jewel.
she's lit.
We got talking with Spanish people, but we have the kids. They invite their friends over, so then we have a bunch of young people here, which is always nice because you know I like to do fun things, not boring ass stuff. So anyway, Zip said if I ever do interviews, I said, well, I've certainly interviewed people in the past, and it sounds like he's got quite a bit going on.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to hear about that. Also, I want to type in a bit, sort of, because Kim brought up the typing thing to him and seemed interested in hearing a little bit more about it. So first, though, you say you were sponsored by somebody in Korea?
Yeah. I'm sponsored by Bear Alive. It's a brand in Korea. It's pretty much like a small branding company that just started up a brand. I'm wearing some of the merch right here. They come up with accessories such as bags, fucking keychains, like little shit, fucking
And what do you have? Where are you supposed to wear this stuff?
Well, right now, since I'm sponsored, I just wear it out in California since pretty much it's only in Korea. So pretty much I'm like the branding enforcer out here.
So, like, why are they sponsoring you?
Pretty much you know what? Pretty much like they just seen me and like pretty much I build off of like personal relations more as before they even find out what I could do for them.
So wait,
People.
are you? Do you go to them foremost as a musical artist?
Well, with Buried Alive, they didn't even know I did anything before they sponsored me. They just
They
thought I was
sponsored
just.
you for. So what does that mean? They just send you free clothes and stuff?
Yeah, they send me packages of clothes. It's not like a daily thing or nothing like that.
I
But
am shocked that I am not sponsored by a clothing company.
it's really easy though, bro. Like people could do it. It's just like people don't even take the time out their day to even do it. I got luckily and blessed with a individual by my man's named D Kimmy. He was doing a shoot out on Melrose in L.A. Famous place, whatever, where a lot of people be at. We're over there, did a film shoot or whatever, on their gear, whatever they seen us. They just happened to give us, gear and stuff like that. We did our photo shoot, and I just built it off the connection with that photo shoot. Most people just, well, other people that were in that interview, and well, not interview, photo shoot, didn't really build off the connection. They just more so took the photo shoot and the clothes and ran with that. I pretty much built it off the connection with the person, from giving me that photo shoot.
So what do you think you are is more in your wheelhouse if you had to pick between the two things? Capitalizing on opportunities in the moment or coming up with lots of new ideas in the moment?
Mm. I definitely feel like coming up with new ideas in the moment is like a best situation because like people that just react on everything that happens in their life in mere moment, sometimes you might react to it a bad way. But say you have a opportunity where you actually think about it, you're like, yo, I could do this or I could do this. Once you actually put that process down, like I have these options of capitalizing on this moment, and you actually do it. I feel like that's the most efficient way, go about like capitalizing situations.
So what kind of music do you do?
Um,
Are you a vocalist? Are you a instrument player?
I'm a vocalist, but right now, pretty much, I'm trying to expand, my doings of, making music. So I'm always because like when I'm with my producers, usually like my sessions, I'll be just me and my producer, like maybe a close friend or something like that, female, whatever. But like I'll be really in tune with my producers, so I could like figure out what they're doing, So like it just makes things easier for myself, So I could, if say like that producer can't come one day, I could do it myself. So pretty much like I watch and observe everything. So one day when I can't have that person doing it for me at that moment, I can do it for myself. You know what I mean? So I try to capitalize on when my producer is making beats off of the computer or whatever, because I haven't experienced like a real live band making beats type. I just experienced like, producers making beats off the computers and stuff like that. So when they're doing that, I try to capitalize and try to pretty much like figure out what they're doing in a sense, like like try to figure out how they're coming up with the melodies, how they're coming up with the 808s, how they're coming up with the rhythm, all that shit. I'm trying to figure it out because like I haven't been making music long, so like all the stuff that I do, it may sound like I've been doing it for a long time, but I've only been doing it for like a year and a half, like 2 years max, like and there's other people that have been doing this for like 10 years strong, 10, 5 years stronger, even more, so pretty much when I'm around people that have been doing it a long time, I try to take in everything that they're giving at that moment, so it'll just benefit me at the end of the day.
Right.
You get me? Yeah.
So, what other sort of projects and stuff do you have going on?
Actually, I have a project being made right now. I'm I haven't really came up with a title, and I definitely don't want to say a title right now. But just it was a real fucking time of my life where I was making music, and there was a lot of stuff going on in my life where I was trying to find myself. I was kicked out. I was homeless, like going from friend to friend. I was just like a friend of mine named Dar. I love to put out there like the real me. Like a lot of people they get on fucking camera and all that shit and they don't give the real person. Like you get me? Like so I'm about being
So,
real.
how do you know when you are engaged authentically with something? Do you know clearly whether you like something or dislike it?
Yeah, of just everything. Like I'm a vibe type person. If my vibe's telling me I don't like this and this is not right, I'm not the type of person who just goes on with it. Like, oh yeah, it's cool though. Like maybe I'm just tripping type thing. A lot of people feel like that. They be like, maybe this is just me. I'm gonna just deal with this. I don't deal with it. I just go along with however I feel about things.
Do you think truth is created or discovered?
Definitely discovered. I feel like a lot of things that may seem like they're true isn't even true.
What do you think qualifies something to be? What do you think affords the quality of truth? Would it be, say, which of these two things more, logical consistency or authenticity?
I think how authentic it is.
And what makes something authentic?
Uh, Based on whatever they're talking about, I feel like just things that just make sense. That's the type of person I am. Like, if it makes sense, it might be real. If things are placed right in your face, that might be what's going on. It's not what they're saying, it's exactly what they're showing.
Let me run you through a scenario, okay? I'm your lady friend Julie. Zip, listen. I need a little bit more. Right here, Zip. I'm right here. Okay. I need a little bit more from you in the giving department.
Yeah.
You take and you're always taking, but I need your attention, I need your love, I need your affection.
Okay.
Now, how are you going to behave differently going forward? Tell me.
What would I say?
Yeah.
Pretty much, I'd be like, okay, you want to move forward, but what are you doing to move forward?
I am where I need to be, Zip. You're the one who's acting irresponsible. I ask you where you've been, and you wouldn't tell me. I just don't touch me.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Once she starts doing that, honestly, like just honestly, me being me, I'ma just look at her like, yo, you can't be serious right now. But look, I'ma play the role though. You get me? Like that's the type of person I'm gonna play the role. You get me? Okay. So if she's going along with something like that, I'm gonna come with her like, you know what? You're right. You feel me? I'm a gas her up. Like, you know what, man? I am fucked up right now. You're doing everything right now. You feel me? I'm gonna gas her up. Period. I'm gonna make her feel like she's the best person ever.
So it doesn't matter to you whether she's motivated by legitimate strong feelings or not. Like if what she's saying is illogical,
yeah,
does it matter how legitimate her feelings behind what she's saying are?
Okay, obviously to me, no. No, it don't. You get me? But I'm gonna give her credit for just holding it down. You feel me? Because a lot of females don't get credit, so I'm gonna give her that credit. You get me?
Right,
Because
right.
there's
So,
always
okay.
times that a guy needs a
So
female to hold it down.
let's say now you're talking to some random dude, and he's explaining to you that you can't park here. Okay, you
Alright.
can't park here because look, the sign says no parking, and you point out the sign says no parking Tuesdays 10 to noon.
Yeah.
It is today is Thursday and it's 4 p.m.
Period.
All right, so he says, but listen, we've had a lot of problems around here. We've had a lot of problems with people loitering and people parking their cars here when they shouldn't be parking here. And it's just, I'm really feeling upset about this whole thing right now.
Okay.
So I just need you to understand that this is not a good place to park. Just don't park here.
Okay.
So can you just please just move your car?
Fuck no. Literally. Get the fuck out of my face.
But I explained to you, it's very, very important to me.
But me, what if you talking about a guy or a girl?
It's a guy. It's a guy. Listen, I explained to you.
Especially if it's a guy, bro.
I am concerned about the well-being of cars around here.
Bro, I'm gonna tell him to fuck off. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Literally, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm parking right here.
All right. So, what if he gave you a very good logical reason, which was something like,
his mother's in a wheelchair and she.
No, that's too practical. It's gonna be logical but not practical.
I'm not gonna do
logical but not practical. Okay, so here's the logic. I know it says Tuesday 10 to noon, and I know it is now Thursday 4 p.m. But the city just recently amended the law to make it so that it's 2 periods of time when you can't park here. Tuesday 10 to 12 and Thursday 4 to 6. It happens to be between that second one. They haven't had a chance yet to change the signs, but the law is still in effect. So you really shouldn't park here because, you'd be breaking the law.
Honestly, I'm gonna think bro's just lying the whole time. I'm not gonna believe shit. I'm gonna be like, that sign right there, where this street's at right now.
But okay,
it says I'm fine.
What if he starts crying though?
Ooh.
He starts crying. He says,
I'm gonna think about drugs.
Yeah, I am just. It very much upsets me when people don't follow the law.
I'm really gonna think bro's like off some drugs or something like that. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, bro, we're just gonna go. And I'm just gonna walk on. Just like, you have a good day.
So if you're trying to justify your own behavior now, in this instance, this scenario, let's say that you've decided, you become president of the United States, and you've decided that we should have a law that people whose names start with J should not be allowed to immigrate into the country.
Okay.
So no Johns, no Julies, no Jules. If you're already here, you're fine, Julie.
Oh shit. Okay, just coming in.
Now you want to prohibit all immigrants whose either first or last name begin with J should not be allowed to come in. Okay. Now you've got to explain to the populace why this is an important rule that we should have. Try to convince me that we should do this.
All right. I'm gonna have to, be like, you know what? All through my life, I actually thought about it and really actually, took the time to think about it. Every single person that's done something bad to me has had a first name or last name with a J. So, with that being said, I feel like we should definitely stop anybody with a J coming into here.
Question, Mr. President.
That might be a bully.
My name is John. Is there a problem with me? I know I'm already a citizen, but do you have a problem with me, sir?
Okay. Well, I was talking about just pure immigrants. So the fact that you're already here and I don't have an issue with you, no.
So have it just been immigrants who've harmed you? So they started with J?
You know what? Thinking about it, checking it down, yeah. It's just J's.
Just 4 and J.
Yeah, like that's something I don't know.
Like, okay, how many jocks have attacked you? Dozens, right?
Dozens.
Yeah, the French.
All the time.
They immigrate here. Their name's Jock. And they just start shit for no reason.
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Okay, well, what's a worse crime in your mind?
Okay.
It's not a literal crime, but it's sort of a worse mistake to make. Is it worse to deliberate too long and fail to take action when you should, Or is it worse to take action too quickly and fail to deliberate long enough?
My fear is actually taking action too quick.
Okay,
I think that's like it could be the biggest mistake of your life type thing. You react. I mean, if you just make a decision too quickly or just do something too quickly, I feel like it could definitely come out bad for you.
Okay.
But it's like a contradicting thing because I actually feel like if you wait too long, you could fuck up on shit too.
What causes evil in the world?
I think. What causes?
Or what are some examples of things you think are bad or evil or make you mad?
Things that make me mad. Fuck.
Like, are you more likely to be mad if you read an article about a professional football player punching his woman in the elevator, like that one guy did that a couple of years back?
I know what you're talking about.
Or is that going to make you more mad, like a football player punching his woman? Or would it make you more mad that, like, say, a city passed a law that you didn't agree with, that, like, everybody must wear hats on a Tuesday?
Honestly, I don't really let anything that's not really affecting my life affect me. So all those examples kind of I wouldn't even really get angry about or even think that's even evil. I feel like people kind of place themselves in every situation. Like I don't believe like things just happen and people didn't know about it. A lot of people try to say I didn't know. No, you knew exactly what was going on. So at that rate, I feel like that's on you. You get me? That's nothing to do with me. I'm still living my life every day. I'm gonna keep going every day. Just because you went and did that choice, that's nothing to do with me. That's how I look at things.
All right, so things you read or see on the news or whatever don't tend to make you mad.
No, I really look at it as just that's the world.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
What kind of bad seems worse to you? Is it kinds of bad that are kinds of bad implemented through rules, kinds of bad implemented through individual acts of violence or theft or something like that? Kinds of bad that are about one person treating another well but not in violent ways? And what kinds of bad seem most bad to you?
To me, the most bad is when people inflict their power. To me, that I don't really like.
So people with a lot of
Abuse
power,
their
abuse
authority
their
and stuff like that. That's what makes me mad.
So
Things like that. Not even necessarily cops. It could be supervisors. It could be whatever position that has power and they feel like they have a power over you, and they use that power over you. I definitely don't agree with things like that. That will take me off. Things like that, and people that try to belittle people before even getting to know them and figuring things out. Before you try to judge and understand someone before you even understand them. Things like that. That pisses me off.
Interesting. Let's see. Trying to judge people for. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. He's giving me a lot of different answers here.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing I'm trying to figure out is if you're intuitive or a sensor. And so, like, there's one way that you could be like, say, an ESTP, which would mean that you're a doer in the world first, a causer of change or disruption.
Right.
And second, that you're a logical thinker. And third, that you're concerned about other people's perceptions of you. It's pretty clear you've got FE somewhere in the stack.
Yes. Are you a player?
I don't think I'm a player.
You don't think so?
I don't think I'm a player.
No.
Like I'm a real collect type person. So if you're collect, I'm collect.
What does that mean?
Like, okay.
Collect? Is that what you said?
Collect.
Collect. If you're collect, what does that mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna break that down. So let me just give an example of what I mean. So, like, we have girls out in our generation that are just, full fledged on what they're bringing to you. You get me? Like, there'll be a girl that's really up on you, which certain people call them groupies. They'll be up on you. They'll kind of influence that they're trying to. Wait, hold on. Can I cuss in it?
Yeah.
Okay. So they'll pretty much influence that they want to fuck and shit like that. You get me? So if you come off to me that you're just trying to fuck and you want to do this, you can do that. You get me? I'm gonna reflect that energy off of you. But if you come to me like you're on some kicking shit, you want to chill, you want to get to know me type person, I'm gonna get to know you.
So are you very aware of other people's body language and displays through their physical
Actions.
body and faces, or are you more aware of the implication of tone and or the implication of the language?
Right.
Which
I
one?
feel
Which
like
one's more?
I feel like the language definitely. I feel like you could act all however you want, but I don't know. To me, it's just you hear it in somebody's voice. You hear the purity. You hear like the fucking lies. You hear it. Like whether you believe it and all that, that's up to you. You get me? But everyone hears it. Whether you believe it and you don't believe it, that's all on you. You know how you go about yourself. Things about that. But to me, like I go straight off how you say things, how you like your gestures, everything about that. It just tells me a lot. I just know whether you're being truthful or not.
Are you are you convinced walking away from the exchange that you understood it, or do you make a lot of meaning about it after the fact and figure it out?
Uh, I definitely feel like I put meaning together. Cause sometimes I'm not gonna say I'm meaning. Those are
Are
big
we
boys.
lighting those off?
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Who,
are.
who brought those?
I forgot his name. It was some guy.
Uh-oh. What happened?
But yeah, there's certain times that I don't really get things in mere moment, and I have to think about them later, and then I'm like, okay, well that's what it meant. Or I'll ask somebody, I'm like, yo, what did this mean? And then they'll tell me like, oh yeah, and that would be something I'm already thinking, but I don't really try to act on how I'm thinking at the moment, because sometimes I feel like some certain things I'll be thinking at the moment is not even what it is. So I have to really think about it and then evaluate the situation.
Okay, let me ask you this question that I usually ask in typing sessions, which goes like this. And if you want me to repeat it after I say it, I'll repeat it. Okay.
Okay.
If I if I go to soccer practice later today and don't hurt myself at soccer practice, then tomorrow I will play in a soccer game. If I play in a soccer game tomorrow, then either mom or dad, but not both, will watch me play. Tomorrow, mom is out of town. She won't be available to watch me play. And an additional piece of information, I did not hurt myself at soccer practice later today. So, given that piece, all that information, what can we conclude? Or I'll repeat it if you want me
Because your mom's not going to your game.
to. Okay. What else can we conclude?
That your dad might be available to go to your
Is
game.
he definitely going to the game or not? According to the information provided.
According to what you provided. It's not like a definite. It's just a possibility he can go.
Well, okay. But what I said at the beginning was if I don't hurt myself at this soccer practice, then I will play in the game. And if I do play in the game, then either mom or dad, but not both, will watch me play.
Ooh, got
So,
me good.
I mean, do you still think as though the dad is maybe going to be there or definitely going to be there?
Once you repeated it, he's definitely gonna be
Okay. Let me ask. Let me ask another one.
there. Okay.
Um,
And then don't keep it from his friends.
No, it's fine.
okay.
Let me see.
This is the sort of thing she tells me. It's just the
You're
sort of
good.
things
You're
my
good.
woman says to me all the time.
You're
She's
living
checking
in
my
the
ass.
sun.
Okay, let me ask you another TI question, then we will end this, and I will let you get back to whatever.
Okay.
And hopefully, we'll at some point get some dancing party.
Yeah, when he gets there.
Um,
Yeah.
that another TI question, something like let's see, if it freezes tonight, then tomatoes will die. But if it doesn't freeze, then the tomatoes will live. And if it doesn't freeze, that means the moths will come out and begin eating our cashmere sweaters. So, if we want to prevent the moths from eating our cashmere sweaters, we should box them. Therefore, when we check the plants tomorrow morning and they have not frozen, what should we immediately begin doing or not doing?
Yo, honestly, Repeat that one. One more
Okay.
time. That was
If it
that was
freezes,
I feel like I understand.
if
it,
it
but-
freezes tonight, then the
Okay.
tomatoes will die.
Okay.
If it doesn't freeze, then the tomatoes will live. Now, if it doesn't freeze, additionally, the moths will come out of hibernation and begin eating our cashmere sweater. The only way to prevent that is to put the cashmere sweater in a box.
Okay.
So tomorrow morning we wake up and we note that the tomatoes are still alive.
Mm.
So,
Gosh, in the box, right?
Yeah.
Put 'em in the box.
Yeah.
why?
Why?
Yeah, explain your thinking as to why. That is correct, but explain your thinking, how you came to that conclusion.
Well, you said if they're alive, the moths are gonna come to eat them, right?
Hmm.
So you woke up, they're alive. So
How do you know they're alive? I don't remember saying you woke up and saw live moths.
no, not the moths. What are they gonna get again? The sweaters?
The
Tomatoes.
moths are
Tomatoes.
gonna eat the sweaters. The moths are gonna eat the sweaters. The tomatoes are gonna be alive or dead.
Okay.
The moths aren't gonna die if the tomatoes freeze.
If it freezes.
If it freezes, the tomatoes will die,
And it didn't freeze.
and then the moths will stay in
So if
hibernation.
it didn't freeze, what did you conclude?
The moths are gonna stay out.
If it did freeze, they stay in hibernation.
Oh, if it didn't freeze,
If it didn't freeze, they come out of hibernation and
they're coming to
they eat your sweater. They carry it away. They all team up to pick it up and carry it out of your house. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Talking to
What
Fat
do you
People.
think? But you didn't give your.
Well, I'm following Kim's thing. What?
Well, you haven't told me that.
Oh, right. I don't know.
You said right. You said right.
I don't know. I don't know what
Really?
this is. I'm not sure.
I see alpha quadrant stuff, I see TI, but I also see some FI stuff. Did you see different than I did?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Here, okay, well, maybe I've got a possible thing that your test is any a little bit. Where is it? Right here. All right, so this one.
It's weird because I immediately thought extrovert, but then the more I'm like, he could just be an introvert that
It's
pulls
possible.
out that side of him when he's around people. Right?
But it's out tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do you like to go out a lot?
Do you draw your energy from other people, or do you have like a
I feel like my energy is always whether I'm hiding or like whether it comes out more. There's times where I want to be around people, and there's times where I want to be around. I never really have it like where I'm like around people and I'm like, oh, I want to go home or something like that. I'm not that type of person. I don't know, bro. Like, I've never rapped on some shit like this, bro. I fuck with this shit, though. This shit is lit, bro. I fuck with this whole
You
shit,
just gotta
bro.
say what you gotta say when you want to rap. Go ahead and do it anyway. It doesn't matter whether you got words in your head or not. It's fine for you or dead or not. Then you go right back and
That was lit. Hey, yo, let me take a shot. This is my brother, though, bro.
That's your real brother?
Yeah. That's her. She gotta take a shot, too. Take a shot. Come on. Hey. Bro, I would for sure make a song to this. I could for sure make a song to this.
I'm working there, damn.
Bro, we could work anytime. I told you let's do this interview. You feel me? Like, I'm good to work, bro. Like, I work all the time.
Yeah. That's pretty damn. That's pretty damn.
I
That's
really-
originally.
And then you're free from us.
I really fuck with this interview, though, bro. I really fuck with that interview. Like, that was lit. That was lit as fuck, bro.
He said it like 20 minutes.
You're up to some shit, bro. Like, real shit.